So give me a little update, if you would, on where Skype is today as a business.
Skype's doing incredibly well. Let me just share a few numbers that kind of put it in perspective. We just recently hit 25 million concurrent users at the same time in our busy hour. We hit 124 million users that would unique users that would use the service in a month. We are now 25% of the total long-distance market around the world. So that's Skype to Skype minutes, as well as Skype to any type of mobile phone, whether it's handsets and so on.
You're saying Skype accounts for 25% of the long-distance market?
The long-distance market, which is a huge achievement. And to put that in perspective, we grew about 4 times faster than total rest of the telecoms industry in terms of long-distance minute.
Now, what percentage of users are paying in some fashion?
Yeah, in the S1 reported about 6% of the total base. Yeah.
And that 6% makes for a relatively large business, even though it's a small portion of your customers.
That's right.
And what is the money-making thrust going forward? I mean, for example, video calling is not an obvious moneymaker. I video chat all the time with my father in Florida, never pay you a dime.
Well, but we do see that there is a set of premium services. So we introduced group video calling, and we will be charging for that. Now, it only needs to be the one who initiates the group, and that will be a subscription that's actually around the $8.99 a month. So we do actually see a market that's coming into place for what I would call a set of premium services.
Explain what's in it for a cell phone company to work with Skype.
Yeah, I'll give you a great example. We announced on stage with Verizon Wireless as part of their 4G LTE launch, Skype deeply embedded in to their next generation 4G smartphones. A number of them will be coming out. What's in it for them is, one, you get this tremendous set of services, from text to audio to video seamlessly.
Right.
You also get an integrated experience that gives you not just access to, let's say in the case of Verizon, their set of contacts in their network, but you also get the full reach of the Skype network. This seems to be something that's been very powerful. I'll give you another statistic. We recently launched our two-way video app for iPhone. We put it out there on New Year's Eve. One day, we had 1 million video calls that happened, right? But it isn't just iPhone to iPhone across the AT&T network. It's because of the multi-platform nature. It's exactly the case of how do you get, maybe when you're on the road and you want to talk to your family, or quite often when you want to talk to business.
So even though a Verizon isn't getting any revenue from its customers out of their Skype calls, as a matter of fact, you might argue they're losing revenue.
Potentially.
They see it as an enhancement to their service.
There's also enhanced services, right? Particularly with video coming online. And remember, it's on the 4G network, so it gives them that monetization angle as well.
And so if I have to think at a high level what Skype's biggest challenge is, and compared with Cisco, for example, Cisco is entrenched with its customers. It's not easy to replicate what Cisco has done. Lots of companies and just plain services offer what Skype does. So how do you approach barriers to entry when there's a lot of other ways for me to do video chat and other kinds of chat?
Well, I would turn that question around. I actually think what Skype's about is breaking down those barriers. When you say there's lots of people that offer them, if you look at them as siloed things, yes, there's lots of people that do IM. There's lots of people that do voice. There's emerging companies that do okay video types of things, but no one company really does those together. And that level of integration is, I think, one of the